You serious?
Hello, there are plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Right now, you are killing some time with us. My name is Marcus Bronzy.
And me, I'm Funk Butcher.
So Funk. We like to keep things simple here at How to Kill an Hour, the podcast which shows you new ways to kill some time.
Yep.
One of them is a destination to find out all about how to kill an hour.
Oh, word? Yep. And that's howtokillanhour.com.
Indeed. You can find everything that we talk about on the show at howtokillanhour.com.
Yep.
Plus other bits of how to kill an hour informations. Quick hello to Matt Law getting involved via the Twitter.
Quick also hello to Shiloh, out to Alternatives, and out to Bionics, our cybernetic friend.
Sounds like one of my favourite producers when I was a kid. His name was Bionics.
Yeah.
I hope that's the same Bionics.
We hope so.
He made Grime.
Yeah.
That was the Bionics I know about.
If it's you, let us know.
Yeah. So we spoke a lot about Christmassy bits last week. Expensive Christmassy bits and slightly less dear Christmassy bits as well. But I feel like I always want to have room in the show for us to discuss with you, the listener, things that are free. Because that's one of my favourite prices.
You make us sound so broke.
Free is a great price. Free is a great price.
The austerity tech show.
No, but free is a good price. Everybody likes a bit of freeness.
Yeah, true.
I'll give you case in point, the Queen.
Yeah.
She don't pay for shit. Royal family don't pay for shit. They're very happy looking people. Get me? Especially Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Get me?
Yeah.
Getting his he's getting married, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not digress. I want to share with you a free way to kill some time. Now, I came across something, and it works with the brand new iPhone X. There's been a lot of hype about the iPhone X.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm meant to be saying 10 on iPhone.
No.
Am I meant to say X or 10?
X.
Are you sure?
Is it 10? What did I say last week?
You've chastised me so much about calling it the X, but I've been so consistent that you've actually come over to the X side.
It is X. No, sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's 10. In the store, it's recognized as iPhone 10, yeah.
But I'm calling it X.
But they use it as an X, yeah. Okay,
cool. Yeah. So the iPhone X, it has facial recognition among a few other things that it does that the iPhone 8 doesn't.
Yeah.
And someone's actually managed to create an app around the facial recognition system.
Okay.
It's called Rainbrow, and it's a game that you use by raising and lowering your eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the aforementioned website, howtokillanhour.com, by the time you are hearing this, will have a video of Funk Butcher playing this game. But please, can you just describe this experience of using the iPhone X to play this Rainbrow game?
It's like Kama Sutra for your face. Literally,
your eyebrows were fucking your lips.
Yeah. You really have to raise your eyebrows right up to whatever remaining hairline you've got, and right down to your big old bottom lip. That's how you play this game, and it utilizes the main kind of super feature of the iPhone 10, not X, and it's a really enjoyable game. It's free, which you all love around here.
Good price,
and it's basically a case of you using your facial expressions, being as animated as possible to kind of move this emoji up and down the screen, avoiding these little obstacles which are kind of flying across the screen at the same time to get as much points as possible. Be good to see if there's kind of a interlink of online play, and you can try and see if your mates can top your score and all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
So you literally raise your eyebrows to move your character around the screen.
Yeah.
And lower your eyebrows to move around the screen. I don't think there's ever been a game that's had that kind of input before. Has there been a game that works with emotions, really?
I saw something online, but I think it might have been this game.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think this is the first kind of utilizing the app in this manner. So it's a world first, baby.
Did it excite you, the technology? Was it exciting? Like, did it feel like, oh, this is an amazing new thing?
I think it's the first time your face has been used as a control pad. Yeah. I think that's never been done before, to my memory. So
how does your face feel afterwards?
Face feels very loose. feels like putty.
You had some
plasticine face.
Some good facial exercises there.
Yeah.
Well, you can actually have a look at Funk's face because we're filming this in 360, aren't we?
Yeah.
And where can you check that out, Funk, of all places?
howtokillanhour.com.
mad crazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what we look like in 360 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous.
But I think it is very difficult if you're a big fan of the Botox and you can't move your face around as freely as the rest of society.
I think if there's a 360 degree sort of social media app, like, I don't know, I'm not going to count YouTube as a social media app. To me, I see it as like as a consumption.
Okay.
Like, it's a place where I go to consume media. I don't see it as a super social, not in the same way that Facebook and Instagram and
it's
Twitter
one-way
are.
traffic.
Yeah, I feel like it's more like one-way traffic. I mean, you can get involved and there's banter in the comments. Sometimes people are savage in the comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
But
that's character building, man.
oh, it is 100%. But I would say that it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, it will be very interesting when somebody's going to take a 360 degree selfie, because we've all seen those selfies that have gone wrong. When somebody's got, like, you know, their kid in the background falling off the bed while they're trying to stunt and push out their bum and boobs for the camera.
Yeah.
Or you've had like guys that are like looking sharp in pictures and their room looks like somebody, I don't know, vomited a trash can out onto the floor.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen with 360 degrees? There's no hiding space for your nastiness.
Yeah.
So I think, how are we going to get around that? Is there going to be exposure? Will this not take off?
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. I think there's going to be less selfies probably.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will have to be like, do I really want to expose the bae, the guy hiding in the background and all that stuff?
Do I want to expose my shitty underpants that are half sticking out of my laundry basket? Yeah. That would be a good version of Tinder. A 360 degrees.
It's not going to be great news for the cloak and dagger people out there.
No, not at all.
The clandestine crew.
For the clandestine catfish gang.
Yeah.
Exactly. Another new app that popped up on my phone, I just updated it before we started today's show, Funk. I just updated my iPhone to the latest version of iOS.
Okay.
And I had this TV app on my actual phone. Have you got the app as well? Did you get the update?
Yeah, I got that as well.
So, we're currently using my phone for something else at the moment. But what is this? Can you talk us through the TV app as you get into it, please?
So the TV app used to be called, what used to be called, Billy?
Videos or something?
Yeah, videos. So it's basically just that. They've got a new, I guess it's a snazzy little icon.
Yeah.
And I think it's the way Apple are kind of bridging their world from the iPhone, because there's already Apple TV.
Yeah.
And I guess they're bridging it to their mobile devices through this app.
Okay.
So they're just starting that conversation. I think we're at the first stages of the TV war. This is the TV war. This is the first assault on the castle of Netflix.
Yeah, they're very careful with it though, because when I opened the app briefly, it recommended shows from BBC iPlayer to me.
Yeah,
and it recommended a show that I opened it and I went into Netflix. So at the moment, they're Netflix friendly.
Yeah.
But I think they want to be the go-to app to use it.
Well, you know the story of Troy, don't you? Where they built a Trojan horse and they kind of gifted it as an offering of peace and unity.
Exactly.
And they hopped out like, "What up, son? We come to tear shit down. You thought we was friends." That's what Apple seem to be doing here with their kind of like the whole kind of, I don't know. It seems like they're trying to unite the world of TV between Netflix, but you know, Apple are a mammoth company with one objective, and that objective is world domination. So you think they don't want to share the number one spot.
So you think it's let's be friendly, let's introduce Netflix into our world, get people used to using Netflix. And Billy doesn't believe me, but I can tell by his body language. 100%, I did it. I know what I did on my phone, bro. What? Go on.
Can I just interject here?
Go on. So basically, no, I'm joking.
Gotcha.
On the Apple TV app,
you
can't watch anything on Netflix through it. And I googled this.
Bruv, you're not listening to me. What did I say? I said I opened the app, clicked on it, opened it. It recommended an iPlayer thing, which I didn't watch. It recommended the League of Extraordinary. No, not the Extraordinary League.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Not that film.
League of Gentlemen. Yeah.
League of Gentlemen. I clicked on it and I opened the Netflix app. It opened the Netflix app and then I started to watch a bit of an episode and then I came out of it and I went, oh, we must talk about that on the How to Kill an Hour show.
It's not.
It's interesting.
It's not my one.
Are you on Netflix?
Yeah.
Is it on your phone?
It's on my phone.
Are you logged into it?
I've just clicked on the League of Gentlemen, and on it's got listed BBC iPlayer, Netflix, and iTunes. So I guess what it's saying is that you can watch it on either of those three platforms through your iPhone. So that's what's coming up on my screen.
Where?
Why is Billy? He's so against the cause, isn't he?
Because
have you got Netflix installed on your phone though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I googled it, and he said the reason why Netflix don't allow it to go through the Apple TV app is because
Apple TV app. This is just the TV app.
What was you saying?
It's the new app, the TV app. It's a TV app. It's just a TV logo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Series 1 Netflix. Right. Okay.
Click on it.
Watch in. Watch in Netflix. So you have to actually open the Netflix app.
Did I not just say that?
All right.
Please, I'd like you to scroll back. Just use that -15 button about like 5 or 6 times. Go back and listen to that again, and then you can hear Billy.
With the Amazon or the iPlayer ones, you can watch the actual iPlayer stuff through the Apple TV app.
Yeah, because they're not as much of a threat yet. Netflix is the threat. So what you want to do is you want to be nice, and probably Netflix just said no. You have to come to the Netflix app probably.
Yeah.
So are you right now? Happy now, Billy?
I got the wrong end of the stick. I apologise. I hold my hands up.
I'd like to go into 2018
wrong end of the app.
knowing that Billy got the wrong end of the stick.
Wrong end of the app.
At least once from us. I've given him the wrong end of the stick. Apple's TV app. Billy, there was something else you wanted to talk about, wasn't there, before we press record?
Was there?
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Billy that's confused.
He did mention something. I said mention it to us after we mentioned the Apple stuff.
Oh, the issues with the thingy-majig.
Oh, the thingy-majig?
Yeah.
Oh, is that in the What's the Bob?
Yeah.
Was it that?
Yeah.
What was it?
You're going to have to remind me.
I honestly I didn't even write.
Getting old, Billy.
I didn't even write. I didn't even write it down. Well, hopefully by the end of the episode, if Billy,
I'll remind. Like, ping, maybe like that light bulb. Like, that's what it was.
Eureka!
All right. Anyway, right. FIFA. This is another game that people enjoy playing a lot, and I know I said I'd mention a few things that didn't cost as much money.
Yeah.
So this, in a way, could help to reduce the burden that FIFA may have caused you financially.
Okay.
Once a year when you're buying a game.
Okay, I'm listening.
So one of the world's most popular gaming franchises may be changing in a big way. EA's FIFA may look completely different from 2009 onwards in the form of subscription-based gaming. So that's where you pay a little bit every month or quarter or year. Oh, no, not a year, because that's when the game comes out. But every month or quarter or half year, whatever, depending on what the subscription is, we don't know yet, to play EA Sports FIFA 2019. Now, this is the Chief Executive Officer, Andrew Wilson. He said this. He said there's going to be no more annual releases in favour of continuous game updates. Because I think what they want to do is they want to make... There's a lot that changes in football in between one season and another.
Yeah,
right? Transfers, bits and bobs. And previously in the past, what they have done is giving us live updates in the game. You download packs and stuff, right? Or you can play similar games.
No, they haven't actually.
No, they're not.
They actually hold that until the next title.
Really?
Yeah. So if there is a transfer, kind of, I don't know, like a big money transfer halfway through the season, they don't normally change that with an update. At the very least, they might change if a player halfway through the season cuts his hair, or changes his physical appearance. They might change that through an online update.
Yeah,
but you might buy a game like FIFA 17 and FIFA 18, and the only difference might be the movement of players. And yeah.
So what are your thoughts on them designing the game that moves towards, and this is in their words, a true streaming world where they think about, instead of having games where you're buying physical copies, you're pulling down the latest version of the game, because this could go on to be something that is updated weekly. Do you know what I mean? Scores and stats could be adjusted with immediate effect.
Yeah.
Leicester could have some great stats for the while they were playing great and they won the league.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, me and Billy, we play it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, they kind of do that already with the online updates in terms of your. So, for instance, they will update the statistics, like the formations and stats
Okay.
for a current team.
Yeah.
You'll get that. You'll get that
Yeah.
update free.
Yeah, that's what I thought they did the other, because you know when there's like derby games, it suggests you, and that derby game is when like you have two big teams from an area that have a massive rivalry, and you have that.
Yeah.
They come up on the home screen as quick games, so I thought that was they'd update everything else, but they don't update everything else. So
No,
like,
but if you had a derby game and it was based on like Arsenal's last league performance, let's say it was bad, what FIFA would do, they would update the stats
for that season.
for that game.
For that game,
So for the next time when you're online, you might play a season game. The stats of Arsenal will be different.
Okay.
The team stats.
All right.
So that update is free. So what they're saying now is that they will probably charge for that update, but take away the charge of the annual, whatever, 60, 70 pounds you'd pay for the title.
Wow. So eBay's success in this Ultimate Team micro payment.
eBay or EA?
eBay. You can tell what I've been looking on this week.
Because that's where the game goes after every year. The game goes to eBay every year. That's where you shot it.
You just found out what I'm doing with my coffee. But so EA are really about this microtransaction. We spoke about this in last week's episodes. They're about this microtransaction lifestyle where they encourage you to pay a little bit, or as we heard last year, you know, both of you got friends that have paid a lot of money into these games. As well as that, now they want to go for a subscription-based service. It's worked for the likes of Netflix. It's worked for Spotify. I mean, Tidal's doing all right. A game that you have to pay for monthly. Surely there's other games out there that are like that, are there?
No.
Are there games you have to subscribe to monthly?
There was.
Was it Warcraft? I think
I was
that
about to say
big,
there's that one that only thinks that springs to mind. But
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I mean, when you got games where you got massive communities like that, communities which could literally form a small army,
Army,
that could take on, I don't know, United States.
Mm.
I mean,
communities like Warcraft, FIFA, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Then there probably is a demand from a company perspective to charge on a subscription-based fee. But again, we're kind of moving into dangerous territory, because when those big companies start doing that, then a lot of other companies will follow suit.
Okay.
And then try and legitimize it through these like nonsensical little add-ons and bonuses.
So long story short, I'm going to ask you both one by one. Funk first.
Yeah.
You're a FIFA player, right?
Yeah.
FIFA fan?
Yeah.
If the next version of FIFA is online only, we'll talk about price, because I know that's important, because you could say yeah, and I could be like £1 million a month, whatever. But let's be realistic. If it costs something like, I don't know, let's divide the current cost of the game. Should we call it 60 quid?
Yeah.
60 divided by 10, and a little bit less than that because there's 12 months in a year. If it was a £5 a month for the new FIFA, how would you feel about that?
That's okay.
Okay. All right. So you do it.
Yeah.
Just because it's the same sort of money for you.
On the basis that at the end of that year, another title doesn't come out. Because that's what I'm getting from it. That every year they're not going to release another title. They're just going to have FIFA.
Yeah.
They just called it, I don't know, FIFA Universe.
Yeah. Or they might have a major update once a year. You'd be cool with that, just a big download. So they'd say to you, big download, if they're going to change massive parts of the game.
As long as that big download is included in my subscription fee.
Okay, cool. All right. And they locked you in? Or what if it's a Netflix deal where you could kind of come out when you want it?
Well, this is the thing. Netflix has changed. They'll change the look of the site. They'll change the content. Yeah. But there isn't a large jump in the pricing from once you pay your initial subscription. It just stays the same. Yeah. I mean, they'll chuck in at some point every, I don't know, maybe 12 months, they might increase the subscription price, but they won't be in like an overall kind of bulk price that you have to kind of chuck on top. Okay. So it's difficult. I mean, FIFA have built up a very loyal and dependent fan base, and that's the problem. A lot of us fans of football are dependent on the franchise now. We've lost a lot of faith in its nearest rival, its competitor Pro Evo. Yeah. And if we want to kind of play a game outside of the real game in the real world, we always look to FIFA. We don't even look to Pro. So unless a viable competitor kind of enters the marketplace now and challenges FIFA that position, they're always going to be able to kind of charge these ridiculous prices.
What if the subscription cost was a little bit more than the game? So if we were talking like a $7.50 a month, do you think that they've done enough for you to stay with them? I'm with Apple. Again,
I think me as a lover of football, I think I've hit that point where I probably have no choice. I have no choice in the matter. It's just the force is literally kind of making me reach into my pocket, take out my wallet and hand over my card details.
So you're literally just saying have your wicked way.
Yeah, I'm a slave to the rhythm.
Slave to the rhythm. Billy boy, what's your take on the matter, man?
In a way, I don't really mind it, because at the end of the day, a few years ago, I thought to myself, FIFA would work if it was just a game updated every year, because all you really have is a few gameplay tweaks and some players moving. There's not that massive change that FIFA used to have. FIFA used to have like a massive gameplay change.
Yeah.
They've kind of reached a plateau where they need to like tweak it here and there.
Yeah. Even the graphics don't really change that much.
Not that much anymore, no. I'm in a different mind to Funk. If it was any more than £3 a month, I'd start to consider if it'd be worth it. £3 a month, 3 times 12, what's that, 36? So I say £4, no more than five. Five's my absolute limit. I'm not paying.
Do you know what? I'm with you on that, because if on top of that, then you have to play the PlayStation Plus price, then that it's getting a bit silly.
Part of me thinks that they're going to do this right, and then they're going to release Ultimate Team as a standard disc. So that's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd buy the full game.
Yeah.
If it was at £3-4, no more than a £5, because a £5 is what, £60? I mean, I pay £50 for my game now. It's an extra 10. I could probably stomach it if they're going to continually support it, and if they're going to listen to their community and say, "Oh, this doesn't work," and then they fix it, because at the moment some stuff's broken on FIFA.
So is that extra 10 on top of what you would pay for the PlayStation online subscription as well?
What do you mean? Is it like the actual disc?
No, so the PlayStation Plus, the price that you have to play online gaming on PlayStation is one set price. Would you add an extra £10 or £3 a month on top of that? Would you be happy with that?
Oh wow, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I pay £40 a month. £40 a month, Jesus, £40 a year for my online.
Yeah.
So you're saying, so if you count in, you're paying.
And also check this, guys, as well. I'm gonna throw this at you as well. You don't only play FIFA, so how would you feel if your whole game catalogue now said? Because the one thing about FIFA is, if you wanted to, I'm not saying you would, but if you wanted to, and the game finished, a new game came out, you could still play the old game, the old disc, the old download. But if you...
No, you couldn't though. Because none of your friends will be on the old game.
But I'm just saying you could hypothetically. Yeah, you You have the choice to.
You have the choice, but that's what FIFA knows. FIFA knows that the incubation period of a game.
Hear me out, there, bro.
Go on.
That you do sometimes go back and play.
I never go back.
You never go back.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I go back and play old school games.
Never.
I do.
Not with FIFA, because as soon as
not with FIFA, but with all. Let's leave FIFA now. Okay. I'm saying all of your titles. Now became, moving forward, pay as you go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So now, if you have 10 games, you have to spend £50 a month.
They've already got that though.
Yeah, they've already got that.
That's what they've got on the PlayStation Plus. So
Xbox.
Yeah, you can go back and play retro titles and old games.
But if you want to go back and play that game, they say to you have to pay your £5 again. So say there's a game that comes out, a single title that comes out and does, let's say, an Uncharted game.
Yeah.
You play it.
Yeah.
And then you might put that down.
Yeah.
Say for any reason you just want to go back and play a little bit more of it, you have to pay your £5 again. Or will there be limits to sort of your saves? Can you keep your save data and then just not pay do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at what point would you be comfortable with paying? Would you be comfortable playing it pay as you earn for all your games?
Well, on Xbox,
pay as you go.
There's something called Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
And there's not like retro games. There's games that's been out a couple of years ago, games out a year ago. They're not major titles at the moment. But if you pay £15 a month, you get access to all those hundreds of games.
Yeah.
And you can play them for as long as you want and whatever.
Okay, right. Let me first.
That's where they're going.
This is what I'm getting at. If you, all right. So for example, games this year: Mario, Zelda, FIFA, COD. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be cool with paying £5 a month for all of those, £20 a month for all those games, or would you rather have the choice to just buy the game outright and have the title and use it when you want? That's what I'm getting.
Outright.
So that's what I'm saying. We could be moving towards a world where everything's pay as you go, like FIFA. Like games that are big franchises like Mario's, Zelda's, It's interesting. I'm just thinking it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because it's cool when it's one game, but when it's all games, now I'm like, what?
If it was
mad.
sorry,
It's quite interesting because Sky they used to do something whereby you paid for the rental of a film, and then they send you out the physical film as well.
Yeah,
they used to actually send out the physical copy.
Still do that, you know?
Yeah,
still do that.
And I recently rented a film on the PlayStation Store. Obviously, you don't get the physical copy as well. So even if I was to buy it on the PlayStation Store, they wouldn't send the physical copy. So it's kind of difficult because I know I know PlayStation always say that if you're the kind of the license holder of that account, then you can hold the data. But I remember very famously, Bruce Willis had that situation with Apple, whereby when he bought the tunes for his kids and he wanted to pass them down, he found out he didn't own the data and he couldn't pass it down to his children. So who knows?
You had to pay for a subscription for each of your kids to play a game.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. So who knows? Maybe it isn't a pay-as-you-go situation if we pay for that one-off game, a fee for that one-off game of Call of Duty. Maybe we can't actually pass it down to whoever.
I think I'm happy with paying for titles one bit by bit. I prefer that. I wouldn't like any sort
What's
of
that, Billy?
I wouldn't like. Go on.
So I got a question for you guys.
Go on.
If gaming went like the Spotify model, and you got access to every single game, new and old, how much would you pay a month?
Now I'm involved. Now you can take a tenner from me a month.
Yeah.
Now you can take a $9.99.
More than a tenner.
Now you can. $9.99. I'm cool. Unless because I'm honest, I want to choose. I want to pick and choose with that because it's not like music. I feel like I could just browse through music, enjoy wide ranges of music. But with gaming, I feel like I want to get a game, spend some time with it, and then move on. That's just me.
But wasn't Apple trying to do that with the big movie releases where they, at the point where it hits cinema, you can pay a certain amount of money and you can watch it at home.
Pay extra to watch it at home.
Yeah.
And Netflix just went, how about we just make Stranger Things?
Checkmate.
I just said, hey, this is how it's going to be from now on.
Yeah.
But wow, the industry really is shitting itself. Anyway, next, speaking of films and stuff, something happened this week, man.
The Force.
In a galaxy. Alright, bruv.
In a galaxy far, far...
In a galaxy far away. A couple of geezers, some light swords. Fucking hell, mate. They had this thing called the Force. I'll tell you, it's proper, mate. Like,
They're trying to start his dark side.
Aye, mate, the dark side, proper dark. So some darkies, right? Yeah, some darkies, and they were on the light side. Some darkies, and there's this little green guy who backwards he spoke. He's mad, yeah. And so the new Star Wars came out.
Yeah.
Bruv.
The verdict. I don't like that side, man. I don't like that. Do you know, can I just say one thing? I was in hysterics yesterday because a friend of mine, Danny J. Lewis, big garage producer and teacher, in fact, educator, like, you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. And he's a big Star Wars fan.
Right.
Trekkies are called Star Trek are called Trekkies. What Star Wars people called?
I don't know. What are they called?
Warsies? Was it Star Warsies?
I'll Google that while you tell your story. Go on.
But he said, that the new Star Wars film has drawn comparisons to Spaceballs. Do you remember the film Spaceballs? It was actually a spoof, which oh my gosh, I forgot the guy's name.
There's no short name apparently. That's what the internet told me.
Okay,
But anyway, carry on. So spoof film. So like a parody. Yeah.
Yeah. And you need to see this film. The film's hilarious.
I've not seen Spaceballs. I'm gonna be honest. Go on, share it with me. Tell me.
Yeah. So Spaceballs has got Dan Aykroyd, and he's supposed to be like this giant dog, which is supposed to be like a form of Chewbacca in the film.
Okay.
And it's directed by. Is it on there? It's on the screen. Is it directed?
I can find out. Mel Brooks.
Yes. So obviously, if you know Mel Brooks, and he's famous for films like Blazing Saddles, and he was taking the mick out of
sort of slapstick parody sort of
slapstick
stuff.
parody comedy. Yeah. But the whole point of this is that the Star Wars franchise is taken very seriously by its fans and its followers, and for it to be compared to a parody film, something which has poured millions and millions and millions, practically billions, the franchise is worth, and someone's comparing this serious film to a comedy. It kind of made me pause. It kind of made me pause in the motion of grabbing my jacket and my wallet to go out and see this film.
Do you know what? The reason I went because I don't like to say this a lot, because I feel like sometimes I get caught up in the moment when I'm doing stuff. Like I always say, when we're out trying stuff for How to Kill an Hour, I've always had the best time at that moment, and then I go back and I reflect. I'm like a kid. I'm like that. I'm like a kid. Like a kid's like, this is the best ever, and the next day, this is the best ever. Do you get me? So like, I'm like that. I walked out and I did go and see it. I saw the BFI IMAX, so I saw it big screen. Like the screen was so big, you have to take a lift to get up to the point where I was at. No joke. And it's probably the best film I saw in 2017. Best film I saw in 2017.
I'm trying to think what came out this year.
I don't know, but my mind is blank for anything else. Obviously, remember my last experience was that them league, that that justice thing. Yeah. So is that.
Didn't Spider-Man come out this year though?
Spider-Man,
Homecoming.
Spider-Man, but even if you were to, whether it did or not, I feel like.
Oh no!
Here's what the Star Wars.
Hold on.
Here's what the Star Wars
we need to stop right there. 4 came out this year. It's better than 4.
Yeah.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. For me.
Okay.
For me, I'm honest, and I'm a Star Wars fan.
Okay.
I'm even wearing a Star Wars tracksuit today. That should have given you a clue how I feel about this.
Yeah.
And it's Christmas. I'm not even a Christmas.
You was one with the Force.
I am one with the Force. I feel like here's where it got it for me.
Yeah.
Is that Disney are in a very hard position, and they were in a very hard position where they spent a lot of money acquiring the franchise that is Star Wars. And that means one of the things is we've had a lot of merchandise around, and that's obviously one way of making money back. But they're under a lot of pressure to not only impress people who were born when the original Star Wars film came out 40 years ago or longer.
Yeah, longer.
Yeah, longer than that.
Longer.
Yeah, more than 40 years ago. They've got to impress people that have seen that and have been following the franchise since then. And then they got a second wave, the episode 1 to 3 lot, which is like my age. Yeah. And then they've got the new Star Wars fans to impress as well. Yeah. So that's 3 generations of franchise fans. I don't know any franchises that have had to do it apart from Star Trek really for such a long time. So that many, those big sort of waves of customers. And they have a real big, let's say a big opportunity that they could have fucked up royally. Yeah. Now, where the film is slightly safe, where you don't see everything, like, you might want to see a bit more of a certain style of fight. I'm going to try not to spoil it. A certain style of fighting, or you might want to see a bit more of, I'm trying not to spoil it, or you might want to see get some more information about Jedis, for example, or you might want more information about the dark side, where certain people came from. Yeah. I feel like it gave me enough to want to watch the next film, but I got to see enough of the things from the original set of Star Wars films, from like 3 to 6, then 4 to 6. Then I got a bit of there was a bit of some elements that they had from the first 3 films where they had some comedy in there, which is, some of it was a little bit like, oh come on mate, leave it. Like I feel like I could have done with a little bit less comedy, but the storyline I felt gave me enough to want to watch the next film. But then the visuals, and I don't know whether this was because I was at the IMAX, the visuals were amazing. There's this fight that happens on a salt planet. Okay. So if you see the trailer, you might see a white planet and red trails behind things that are chasing each other around. It's and you're wondering why. It's not because they're letting off smoke behind them. It's because they're on a thin layer of salt, and as they break through the salt, it brings up the dust underneath it. Visually, those scenes were amazing. Yeah, I was sitting there and I was like getting cold sweats and shivers down my spine watching this just beautiful scenery, these massive chases and fight scenes. And I was like, this is great, man. And like, you could really I felt the Force. The Force was in me, bruv.
Don't you think Star Wars has always kind of leaned on the whole aesthetics side of things?
Yeah.
As opposed to its storyline.
Yeah. Is it the most complex storyline ever? Did it leave my brain bamboozled? Was it a 7 in terms of mind fuckery, or was it like a Saw in terms of I didn't know what was going to come next?
It's not a Memento from Christopher Nolan. No,
it wasn't a Memento. Was it Training Day?
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But if I go and watch a film like Training Day, I'm not going to want a Star Wars experience.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to watch a Star Wars experience film, I want a Star Wars experience, and I got a Star Wars experience.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw lightsabers. Yeah, I saw the dark side being very dark. I saw some good happening. I felt the loss of certain characters when they passed away.
Okay.
And you get to see things happening with the Force that you didn't know were possible, man.
Okay.
So there's some great stuff in there.
And obviously, for people who are novices and complete newbies, Star Wars virgins, where does this come in regards to Rogue One?
So Rogue One was out of sequence, really, wasn't it? So Rogue One was out of sequence.
Yeah.
So this comes in, if you're looking at the Star Wars franchise, you've got episode 4, 5, 6, which are the first 3 films.
Yeah.
Then the next 3 films gave you episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So,
Which come before 4, 5, 6.
That's it. Yeah. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this is 7, 8, and then you got 9. So we've had the 7th, which was not Rogue One, the one before that.
Yeah. This
is the 8th, and then you got the 9th in this
but
triple trilogy.
Isn't Rogue One number between 3 and 4?
It's between 3
and 4.
So it's when Vader's alive and Vader's like freshly Vadered, freshly had his limbs cut off, put on again, and he's got the black suit on. But the thing is, there's a part of the film where they mention Vader in a way that you would not expect Darth Vader to be spoken about. Like Darth Vader is approached as this character. They almost don't talk about him.
Yeah.
Like no one really wants to say his name. He's like a Voldemort character, really. Do you know what I mean? Because he is the baddest of the bad.
Okay.
The way they talk about him really breaks down how the dark side works, man. They are and the way that they used mind games to bring you over to, like, it's the mind games between the sides. Like some of it's physical, but there's games, there's conversations. I don't know. I feel emotive like people feel about Game of Thrones, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going to happen and come from it. It was amazing. Great film.
I think when you watch a film again, you don't realise how political the film is.
Oh, man.
It's quite a political film.
Amazing, yeah. But I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of people bashing it, but I really, really enjoyed it. It did a lot for me.
I'll give it another go.
Yeah, certainly, man. Certainly. Anyway, in the entertainment world, we obviously heard about the acquisition of Disney acquiring 20th Century Fox. That's quite relevant because they actually own Star Wars. They now own everything.
Marvel, yep.
Almost.
Yep.
There's just been more talk about it.
Obviously this has been big exciting news because people are wondering in the lead up to the new Avengers Infinity War, are characters that were previously owned by Fox, are they going to make an appearance? Those characters would be some of the Fantastic Four, Wolverine, I believe, as well.
Yeah,
owned
exactly.
by them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's going to be one heck of an experience. If they can churn out more quality content, that would be great. But I feel like this is probably a move, and we've already mentioned this on the show, so I don't want to dwell on it too long, but Disney, I think the whole entertainment industry is feeling the effects of the Netflix model, and it's making them concerned. And I think by Disney getting this big, they've got a lot under the bonnet. Like their acquisition includes like sport, because obviously Fox got sports.
Yeah.
The news side of things is going to be obviously very interesting for them to have a hold on.
Yeah.
Like you said, the franchises. So I think they're really preparing for war. I think we're going to see some aggressive moves because they're going to have to be aggressive, because mergers like that, I don't want to be boring, but they say that you don't make as much money off massive mergers. They're harder to make ROI on of a percentage that you could make on slightly smaller acquisitions.
Yeah.
So
but what does that mean for Netflix's back catalogue? Because a lot of it is that's going to be
so like if the kids want to watch Disney films at Christmas, or if we want to watch Disney films at Christmas, are we going to go to Netflix, or are Netflix going to have to make their own batch because they're getting good with their originals, or are we going to go to another subscription service, a Disney Fox subscription, where you can get first views of the Star Wars films, first streams of the Avengers franchise, Spider-Man films, first streams of of all the animated films that Disney put out. So yeah, we'll see.
I can smell something between Apple and Disney on the horizon. I think that might be the next credible kind of union.
That would be scary.
Yeah.
Not as in scary bad, but as in the size of a company.
Yeah. Maybe not a union in terms of company, but in terms of content. If Apple TV were to say, because Disney have never put their content on Netflix. And that's one thing. I've always looked onto the kids section when I was trying to show some films to my boys, and I couldn't find any Disney films in there whatsoever.
No Jungle Book for you, sir.
No. And the thing is as well, with a lot of the Marvel films, they appear in there for a short period of time. So it's like they lease their films to Netflix for a period of time and then they take them off.
Yeah.
So maybe Apple could get some sort of long-term arrangement.
Maybe.
Well,
yeah.
I'm surprised that Apple don't do. You got Apple Music now, like Spotify. I'm surprised they don't do like a TVs and movies version of Apple Music. You pay a subscription fee, you watch all the films and stuff that are on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make a killing. I mean, I'd pay for that.
Yes, I think subscription modeling is the way. Like we've seen it from EA now, seen it from Netflix.
Yeah.
It's the way forward. One thing that we see a lot of online as well is Facebook baiting, Funk.
Okay.
You might not have heard the phrase as it is, but you know what it is. I mean, did you know of what I'm about to say about being called Facebook baiting? Have you heard of Facebook baiting before? Facebook baiting is
trolling.
Is kind of like share this if you're born in the 90s.
Okay. Like chain letters.
Yeah, kind of that kind of thing. Or like, tag a friend if you're born in the 90s.
Retweet this or you'll die. Do you remember we used to get those text messages? If send this to 10 people or you're going to die.
Yes, if you don't send this to 10 people, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and say Harambe 5 times in the mirror is going to come and get you. But yeah, basically, Facebook aren't too happy with people using that kind of style of post. Like, tag a mate, it's Friday, tag a mate who's going to end up like this, and you see a really drunk person. Apparently, that those sort of people that have hacked how to get into the trending areas of Facebook posts, because let's be honest, big companies like Unilad and Lad Bible, they sometimes use techniques like that. They make their own original content, but they use techniques like that. I think was that your alarm? I think that or basically posts that are like, share this and Bill Gates will give you 10 grand or offer a chance to win something, if you click a link or, stuff like that. They want to get rid of. And they also want to get rid of the sort of obvious sort of share this if you're born in the 90s, blah, blah, blah. So they're creating AI to knock that out of the park.
Okay.
Are you offended by this sort of content on Facebook? Does this?
I'm not offended. I'm skeptical on why the company has taken a position like that, because trending is what exactly makes companies like Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat profitable. Yeah. When they're trending, it causes an influx of demand and the user base kind of goes up. So I think I can understand the position they're trying to take, trying to look like socially and morally responsible in regards to how their products are being used, but they've got a vested interest to make sure that their stuff trends. So whether it's big pages like Unilad or the Lad Bible and those other kind of media sites which have massive, not just massive followings, but the engagement, and that's what the key is. The engagement levels are crazy. And
their content's good.
Yeah.
It's not, do you get, Facebook is so like you can take it and leave it. Like some of that content, like, it's Friday night, tag a mate who's going to be like this in the, you know what?
Yeah.
Funny, man.
And the thing is, good subjective. At the end of the day, we're saying it's good based on the fact the numbers of people that are sharing it. If they didn't like it, they wouldn't share it.
Exactly. So they'd leave it. They'd leave it alone. So yeah.
I just don't understand what would be the reason behind stopping this, what they're saying this leads to.
I think they're just concerned about Facebook not being a place where people go and share genuine issues and conversation. I think they're just worried about it becoming hey, click this if you think this. Hey, look at that if you like that. But I'm like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, impartial. But they're still going to let people off who want genuine things. Like, for example, that's why they want the AI to be cleverer than cutting everything off. So if you're like, I've lost my cousin.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be honest, someone who's my parents' next door neighbor went missing. And their son put out a post on Facebook saying, can you share this picture of him? And the picture got thousands and thousands of shares on Facebook and comments, and somebody on a canal boat that had Wi-Fi, 2017 baby, saw his picture and contacted and said that they saw him on the canal. They searched up and down the area of the canal and they found him shortly. I won't get into it too far, but he's a bit dazed and confused for whatever reasons, but they ain't going to cut off a post like that, because I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's amazing stuff on social media. Or when you have people that have genuine problems and it reaches people that can help them.
I think something has sprung to mind, that if Facebook has been set up as a company that mines data, I guess what they're trying to combat against is their data being skewed. Because if you take 100 people and their Facebook timeline consists of the same content because it's been shared, you can't actually get a gist of who those people are, because they're all sharing the same content. So I guess it's what they're trying to say is that it's a distraction from what they're trying to get out of their information. So Facebook has been set up to kind of find out, what do you find funny? What do you like to eat? What do you watch on TV? Now, if that is being distracted and skewed by the fact that you are sharing what this other person shares, what this other person shares, what this other person shares, because these media hubs within Facebook are kind of putting infectious slogans to generate a trend, it kind of doesn't allow Facebook to kind of, it acts as like a block, so they can't actually see the data that they're trying to garner from the whole.
So they want to see your political standpoint. They want to see where you're at on a Friday night.
And they can't see that if you're putting laughing cats.
They don't want to know that that you find dancing cats funny because it's skanking to it. But dancing cats are the shit, man. Yeah. Dancing cats are great.
I hate dancing cats.
Put a smile on my face. What, dancing dogs? Anyway, fine. Let's switch up a little bit. So you posted about this on your social media, Funk Butcher, on Twitter. Or did I see it on your Facebook? I don't know, but it doesn't matter where you put it. It was hilarious. Yeah. It also made me feel concerned about purchasing a new computer in the future that has high specs. Please take it away.
Okay, so just recently, Apple have kind of released their new member to their Mac family, and it's been about a good 5 years since they've had any kind of new introduction to the upper end of the Pro of the computer family, which is targeted at the professional users. So they've had the MacBook Airs and all that kind of stuff, which I think they've taken off the market, the MacBook Airs, and they've concentrated on the MacBook Pros. They've pissed off a lot of us by removing the USBs, the audio jacks, everything. It's just it's just a screen with keys in it now, and
it's telepathic.
It's telepathic, yeah. This is seeing you're not going to need fingers to kind of do the typing. So
raise your eyebrows to do the typing.
Exactly, with Rainbrow. So they've brought in that aspect with the new MacBook Pros. I think they came out about 2 to 3 years ago now. They've got the Mac Pro, which hasn't changed in about 5 years. They've got that model, which is very iconic. It looks like a little R2D2 kind of computer size. Looks like a dustbin, really. I've got one, but it's really, really cute, really nice, and really powerful as well. What they try to do, they try to build something which bridges the two worlds between the iMac, which is basically a screen and computer rolled into one kind of unibody system, and they make a professional version of that. So they try to bridge the MacBook Pros and the Mac Pros and have something in between. Yeah. So they've built the iMac Pro. The difference is the price is not in between.
So fun. What would you say price? I mean, how much does it cost for a 3.2 gigahertz 8-core Intel Xeon W processor, turbo boost up to 4.2 gigahertz?
You see, the thing is, when you're looking... when you're looking at a MacBook Pro, I mean, the top of the range MacBook Pro, you're probably looking at around, at a push, 3.5 to 4 for the top MacBook Pro, the laptop version for professional users, graphic designers, music producers, whatever. The top Mac Pro, which is that little thing, looks like a little dustbin. You're probably looking at around, with all the specs on there, the fastest compressor, the most storage, whatever, biggest RAM. You're probably looking at around maybe 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 to 6K. That's with all the trimmings. The top spec of this new iMac Pro, which is announced this week, yeah?
It's got terabytes of this and, I
saw a brilliant point. This computer cost as much as what the current valuation of one Bitcoin is. One Bitcoin currently on the market is valued at £10,000. So this is actually more than what one Bitcoin is. The new iMac Pro comes in at a whopping £12,700 plus change.
Daniel?
Damn, Daniel.
Is it specced up in a way that would make you think, wow, this is an investment?
You would have to be versed in that computer jargon to understand what those capabilities could do, because other than that, a Mac Pro top of the range or a MacBook Pro top of the range would be wholly sufficient. This is just the lunacy of the era post Steve Jobs passing. Since Steve Jobs, God bless his soul, passed, the company has become one which seems to care more about money than anything else. The functionality of their products has kind of taken a backseat, and they are literally about how much can we fleece this blindly loyal consumer base. And with the latest iPhone handset coming in at over £1,000, over, because the iPhone 8 I think comes in around about £800 offline. They're doing the same thing with this new iMac Pro. There's no real logical justification to have a computer priced at £12,700. It's like it's more than a car here in the UK. And seriously, you can actually, for £12,700, you could go out and buy a Toyota Prius and become an Uber driver and have some change left over.
You could also put down a deposit for a house.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not in London. It wouldn't be enough.
You could put down a deposit for a small garage.
Yeah, a shed.
A garage share.
Yeah.
Parking space.
Parking space.
And that's a shed in maybe Hackney if you're lucky. Not that's a rabbit hole in Kensington and Chelsea.
Yeah. When I say shed, I mean that. I mean a toy shed.
Yeah. A Barbie house.
A Barbie house at the bottom of the car. Crazy. That's if you want to get that Mac or you've got that Mac, please let us know, because I will not be reviewing that for the show unless we get sent that for free, baby.
The only recognizable difference is that it's black. Yeah. Matte black finish.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Maybe the paint's expensive.
I mean, there's before we jog on from this, I mean, there's one angle where it could be people don't complain when Bentley give you quality car for really expensive prices, or people like Ferrari or Lamborghini, but I guess
but
you're gonna need that level of performance.
Yeah, Bentley's never started off being at the same price as a Fiat Punto, and I think that's what the difference is. So it's the journey of Apple is that once upon a time they were affordable for all, and now they've kind of increasingly entered into the market of the super rich.
They're still giving you the choice to get the other. If they got rid of all the other Macs, that would be dread. But you've still got a choice though. Let's be honest, you don't have to buy this.
I don't think there is anymore. I think, what is on the lower end of the price range? In a few years' time, there won't be anything less than £1,000.
I find that scary.
Yeah.
I find that scary. Oh, we will keep you up to date, and we'll let you know ways to rob banks to get your hands on the new Mac. Anyway, Apple have filed a patent for a digital assistant that is capable of detecting whispered speech input and providing a whispered speech response. Basically, if you whisper to Siri, Apple might be trying to make Siri whisper back to you.
So I know what they called it. Sorry.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Exactly. Because if you whisper, I mean, they can't even hear you when you're talking normally.
Yeah.
Siri, sorry?
Sorry? Why are you saying I am a ducking idiot? So yeah, man. Wow. Apple, Siri, whispering. Just a patent though. I'm going to be honest, just a patent at the moment. But it's one of those things that obviously big tech companies throw out a lot of patents or get a lot of patents signed just in case I want to use that technology. Is there a practical use for a whispering Siri? Has Siri ever fucked up people? I suppose if you have your phone announcing people's names, like, you are being called by Side Chick 3.
Yeah.
Sideman 1 is calling.
I think if you're underneath the beds of the significant other that you've been seeing on the side, and his her bodybuilding partner comes home from lunch unexpectedly, and you need to call you need to call for a cab, then I guess whispering Siri could
Siri, open Uber. Open Uber. Siri, help me. Yeah. I'm going to die. I'm sorry. I did not hear that. Could you say that again? So yeah, whispering Siri. We'll see how that goes, man. We'll see how that goes. I mean, would you whisper to would you like to be seen whispering to your phone?
No, but I guess they must have gauged that. I have heard that some people find it uncomfortable talking loudly in public to their phone, or their watch as well.
Some people have no problem speaking loudly in public, do they?
Yeah,
on the phone.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. I had someone like that on the train today.
Yeah.
I know all their details.
Is it a conscious thing and they want to share it with the world, or do you think certain people have no idea of their volume?
I think it's a social thing. I think social thing in the sense that it projects their social status, their importance, their level of importance by projecting their diary to everyone that's on the train carriage or on the bus with them.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be signing a deal for 2.5 million. Oh, Jeff, yeah. Oh, I mean, we're going for caviar later. Which I'm sure is very, very interesting and very insightful. But
I want to be on your train.
Yeah,
I want to be. Your train sounds like it's popping, man. You need to do some networking. You need to drop some mix CDs, some business cards on your train, man. Anyway, that wraps up this week's episode of How to Kill an Hour. We've got a best of coming up to take you through the Christmas days.
Yeah, we're not going to say Christmas cheer.
I'm feeling very Christmassy since it snowed in London in 2017. I feel very Christmassy.
Really?
I've seen my best film of the year this month.
Okay.
I've sorted out 99.99999% of my presents.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel very Christmassy. I feel like the snow gave me Christmas cheer.
That one piece of snow for one day.
I had a good bit of snow. I made a little snowman, threw it at someone. little projector. I even didn't feel sad when I walked past an estate and there were kids on the roof dashing snowballs because their aim was so bad they hit everything but me. And I was like, "Come on, then!" And they were like,
"You didn't want them to have their ASBOs enforced then?"
Nah. And I didn't see yellow snowballs as well.
Oh, yeah, you have to watch out for the ones.
You got me in the mouth, man. Oh. I feel Christmas. How about you? Feeling Christmassy, Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall I try and find a Christmas song for us to wrap up this show on this year instead of the usual tune? What have I got? Oh man,
just the generic ones.
Oh.
No Mariah Carey though.
It's Christmas.
Do you know I saw? Shouts to Austin Darbo. He's the head of
cool.
Spotify
Let's play the
music.
Yeah.
And he put up a post about Mariah Carey's royalties around Christmas.
Yeah.
It is incredible.
How much is making?
Obviously, Christmas is the time of year where Mariah Carey literally she cakes.
Yeah,
because she's got that.
So has this set her career every Christmas?
Every year, her royalties spike.
Wow, like how much are we talking about? Like
something ridiculous, like 5,000%.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
man. That's crazy. Should have played that tune, really. But
no, I don't want to hear it.
All right, cool. Anyway, I'll be Marcus Bronzy. I hope you have a great Christmas, New Year's, and I hope you look forward to our Best of the Years episode that comes that weekend. All the best bits that happened in How to Kill an Hour over the last few Any Christmas messages for the guys, Bill?
Nah, sorry.
Yeah, just make it through, mate. Make it. What is this? A trap version of mumble rap. Can we leave mumble rap in 2017?
Gucci down to the socks, baby. What do you want to? All right, go on then. Before we get up there, what do you want to leave in 2017?
Apple's prices.
What? Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Who else? What else is staying there? Apple's prices. Netflix's price increase as well.
Yeah.
Saw that. That was a sneaky one.
All right, cool.
Yeah, just because you gave us Stranger Things, it's not on. Yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. I don't know what I want to leave behind.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I want to take everything with me and more. Anyway, have a great Christmas and New Year's. Plenty of ways to kill some time out there. You've been killing some time with Marcus Bronzy.
Me, Funk Butcher.
And me, Producer Bill.
I want Billy to be happy next year. All right, safe.